how to use SOPs to optimize business processes and workflows. By the end of this video, you will know how to turn messy, inconsistent workflows into documented, repeatable systems that your team can follow with confidence. Before you get more software or other tools, listen to this video because you will need to do this first. One of our clients had an entire department working in circles until they applied what I'm going to tell you in this video. I'm going to give you the exact steps of what you need to do in order to optimize your business. And if you stay with me until the end, I'm going to tell you how you can download a free checklist and an ebook that outlines those steps so you can start implementing them today to make a difference in your business. Why do you need SOPs in your business? Some might think that SOPs are something that they have to do, but it's not necessary. They might think it is just a bureaucracy. It might be something that they learned or heard in a management course and they need to have it. It's something nice to have, but really, it's not. It's something that every business has to have, because without processes, you really cannot run the business. Without standard operating procedures, it's chaos. If you want to have control of your business, if you want to achieve the freedom that every entrepreneur wants to have, you have to have well-documented processes and procedures. When I ask entrepreneurs, why document? Why should you document your processes and procedures? The most common answers that I get are, one, for consistency purposes, because they want to get the same results every single time. Two, in order to train and onboard new employees. They are convinced that without processes and procedures, they can't scale the business. If they want to exit the business, whether sell the business or just not have to work in the business day in and day out, they know that they need processes and procedures. And then there is the knowledge transfer. The knowledge is held inside the organization, but if it's not documented, then it can get lost when people leave, when people change jobs, when there are external circumstances such like what happened during the pandemic, when knowledge can get lost. All of those reasons are why processes are so important for every single business. So now that we understand why processes are so important, let's talk about how we can use them in order to optimize the business. In order to do that, first of all, we have to identify what they are. And the first question that I'm always being asked is, where do I start? And here is my answer. Look at your business and think about an area in your business that if you had well-documented processes and procedures for that area, it will give you the biggest return on investment. Now, what is the return on investment? Return on investment, of course, has to translate into profit. However, there are other things that come before that. And that is how we will optimize things, okay? So let's say, for instance, you have an area right now, let's say your production area, there are several errors that are occurring. If you had well-documented processes in that particular area, and you will be able to reduce the errors to zero, I'm sure you would agree that that will optimize your business. So now we have to figure out what are the exact procedures for that area that will get you to have zero errors. Let's say another area is your accounts receivables. You have invoices that you're not collecting on. This needs to be improved. It has to be optimized. What are the exact steps that needs to be taken, or what are the steps that you know need to be taken but are not, that if you actually followed, you wouldn't have that problem with your accounts receivables? That is part of the puzzle, to figure it out. And once it's figured out, then you document it, you have everyone read it, you test them on it, you hold them accountable to execute it, and then you don't have problems anymore with your accounts receivable. So that is an example of figuring out the area that you want to start with in order to optimize and solve a certain problem. It doesn't have to be just a problem. Let's say you want to start another branch, or you want to diversify and you want to offer a new line of service. Those are all areas that you will need to optimize by figuring out the processes and procedures. So that can be an answer, because if you had well-documented processes and procedures for that area, you will get the biggest return on investment. Once you identify it, the next step is to map your workflow. It's to map that process from beginning to end. What is the input? What are the steps in between? And what is the output? Once you have it mapped, the next step is to create the actual procedures and document them. If the procedures are well documented, then the next step will be to roll it out to your team. You roll it out to the team and you have them study it, and you make sure that those procedures are being followed by all. And that will lead to the optimization of your business processes and the workflows. Because obviously, even if you have them documented and are not followed, it's not going to work. And how do you accomplish that? Well, that is a whole topic that I talk about it a lot. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and check the other videos where I talk about how to get your processes followed by all. But by understanding what areas need to be documented, documenting those procedures, optimizing those procedures to make sure that they flow correctly, that the correct parts are automated. And if you're wondering right now which one should be automated, then watch one of my videos where I explain exactly how to do that. But if you accomplish all those steps, then the end result will be optimized business processes and workflows. And if you need any help, comment below and I will answer your questions. And I also have a free gift for you. Go to successreplicated.com and download my ebook that gives you the step-by-step process on how to create processes and procedures, and it includes a checklist of everything that you need to do in order to start documenting and systematizing your business. Click the link below to get that ebook now. I'm Adi, and thank you for watching.